I hear that Mario snoring. I sure hope so. Seeing as he's right here. What a lazy bum. I know he's on vacation, but seriously, what a lazy bum. I need to lower my audio a little bit, and we should be good. Let's go to about here and see how it sounds. I'm going to be flipping back to that page very shortly. But welcome everybody to Audience Choice Night. This is my first time doing one of these, and hopefully it will be set up pretty well. I guess we'll find out shortly. For anybody that is on my Discord page, if not, you can get all the information there by clicking the link below this page. But if you're not followed on there, the long and short of it is basically every half hour I'm going to switch to a game that somebody else picked. The way this will be done is through the channel point system. You can get channel points by cheering, following me, or probably the easiest way to do it for most people if you're not subscribed or don't want to cheer the bits by watching the ads is simply by just watching what goes on here. It takes 100 points to add your name into the list of stuff that will go on, and you get 50 points every 15 minutes if I remember correctly. So if you're watching the full half hour, then there you go. There's an entry. Easy enough. And if not, the points will also carry over if we do this some other sort of time, which we will probably do more than one. So, very quickly, I'm going to go ahead and show it off, and this, I guess, will be for anybody for YouTube in the future. In order to check your channel points, you simply need to be in chat and then check this. It's got an infinity by mine because, you know, it's my channel. You click on that and you look at all the different things you can unlock, and you just simply go to choose my game. And then it gives you a very brief explanation on Audience Night streams. Be put in the queue to decide what game is played for the next 30 minutes. The game must be put in the text. You can also type in !backlog in the chat to see my list of available games, and we'll get to that shortly. But I do need to know what game it is we're playing. That's kind of an important thing. So either be active in chat when it comes around to yours, if I choose yours, and it won't be like picking and choosing. The only way I'm going to go out of order is if there's more than one by the same person, because I don't want them to just put like 5 different things and it just be like only what they choose the entire night. I want it to have some variety. So that will be the only time that I de facto from that. But if you also want to remain in chat, that's fine too. If for whatever reason there's one that doesn't work, like cartridge won't read, whatever, you're more than welcome to pick again. I'm not just going to render that null and void. I'm not going to be a jerk about it. So, on the backloggery thing, as mentioned, if you type in !backlog, and that will be in chat as well, or it'll be in the top of the title as well. If you type that in, this will take you to Backlogger. I'm not going to click on this because I've got it in the window up here. And this is all the available games that I have to stream. There's actually more down here, so make sure you click on Show More Games, because there is more stuff. So you want to make sure that you get everything available. So there you go. So there's stuff from GBA I can stream. There's stuff from GameCube. There's stuff from the N64. There's stuff from the Super Nintendo. There's stuff on Steam. There's stuff on the Switch. There's stuff on the Wii. And there is stuff on the Wii U. The stars are just my personal rating for games. They're not the average rating or anything like that. And really the only thing to keep note of here is the big one. If it seems like the Steam library is a little bit small, that's just because this is the stuff that I currently have downloaded. So I don't want to waste time having to go into downloads and what have you. So this is just going to be stuff that I can just like plug in the console, cartridge, load up the game, whatever the case may be, and it would take me like less than 5 minutes to put together. So that's the idea. The little things on the side really aren't important. They just show if I've completed a game, beaten it or not, finished it, and, you know, really that's not too terribly important. This is a backlog for people trying to 100% all their games, but it can also be used for this as well. So this will give you the full list. I'm looking into potentially acquiring, because I found my old GameCube while cleaning stuff out, and I have a friend that actually is a GBA player, so I might actually be able to increase this list from emulation to any GBA game that I actually own proper, so we'd be able to play it. And that would be nice, but we'll see how that goes in the future. So yeah, anything that you want to know if I have it or not, there you go. Nice and simple. And I think that's about it to mention on this. If we, for whatever reason, don't get around to your game, and I do have the list up for anything that will come up here, it is on a different request than the Mario Party ones. If, for whatever reason, it's not here, as you can see the Mario Party ones got saved from the last time we did one of those, it will be saved on here as well. As long as your okay with it getting pushed to the next one, and hopefully you're still here to watch it, then I'm not going to be deleting any of these. The only way something will get rejected / deleted would be if I accidentally hit the wrong button, but it will only be marked if I am playing that game. So if anything gets passed up for whatever reason, it will be there for next time. And that will also give me a starting game. I just happened to pick Sunshine because I felt like playing Mario Sunshine, which is something I never thought I'd say again. But I felt like playing it, so there we are. I may not catch it immediately in chat. I do have my iPad open as usual, but if I don't catch it, then every half hour I will check it on here, which is now getting closer to 20 minutes, but you get the idea. So, for the meantime, let's hop in to Super Mario Sunshine. It's been a really long... The last time I played this game was probably when I did the LP of it, honestly. It probably was. Bear in mind, you might want to be careful with your choices. You can give me, like, specific challenges if you really want, but it has to be something that I can readily access. So if you want me to do, like, specific event matches in Melee or something, that I can do, because they're all unlocked. But if it's something like, I want you to start by beating this final boss in a game that I haven't finished, then it's probably not going to happen. Also, watch out for RPGs, because keep in mind, since they're kind of story-heavy, the beginning of the game is very likely going to take a while. So, just keep that in mind. Kind of like you'd expect with Fortune Cookie, I'm not saying you don't, like, that you have to not choose those, you can. Just keep in mind that if you do, then you may not be getting to see a full section of the game. Heck, even with Sunshine, with the 10 minutes here, it's probably going to take another 7 for me to actually be getting into the gameplay. If you end up choosing something like Mario Party, which we already kind of have Mario Party Nights for that, but again, it's not off the list. If it is something that's like a turn-based game, I'll probably try to set it low and, like, get pretty close to what I think will be 30 minutes, but again, I can't guarantee it. Hello, Flood. Good old ultra dowsing device.
Complete. Thank you for purchasing this item from GAD Science Incorporated. Preparing to
Man, we have come a long way since 2002.
Scanning and classifying subject data. Subject identified as Mario, resident of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Now you can just do the dive by throwing Cappy.
I am Flood, a flashlight.
Clearly better.
Ultra-dowsing
I guess. I don't know.
hope to be of assistance.
Cool, that does show up in chat for me, so I will in fact notice it. Got it.
Proceeding with user instruction.
Proceeding with user instruction. There's no way to skip this because it's 2002. We thought everyone would want to watch this every time they played the game. We were wrong. We created Flood in order to make sure that people could not abuse the long jump. We forgot about that in Mario Galaxy.
You can then press the R button to hover in the air for
I do like this game, it's just, it has its problems, but really, I'd say the only thing that would outright be bad about this game is just one thing in particular. Or, and by one, do I mean 240? Yeah, I think I mean 240. And if you've not played the game before, just look up Super Mario Sunshine 240 and autofill will probably end that question for you. No, I don't want to hear that again. Good lord, I don't want to hear it again. Low volume there. Cool. Still remember how to do this. If the game volume needs to be turned up or down, or my audio needs to be turned up or down, let me know. It probably will at some point, just based on the game we play, because it could be on different systems, etc. I think it's good for now. I did a couple test recordings, but if it needs to be changed, then let me know. I like how you have to barely hit this thing. Just like, tiny little tap. That counts as a hit. Heck yeah! Oh, it's gonna grab pound. Lame. We got a Shine Dr. Pepper. I mean Sprite. Never mind. My mistake. See if I can do it like the good old days. Yeah. I do actually like that little spin thing that gets you, like... It's kind of like a hover in its own right, really. I'm just going to continue on this since we're only going to be playing for X amount of time.
Quite an unusual device. Is it some sort of pump?
I am Flood. Glad to meet you.
I look very bored. Oh god, it's the police. Anything but the police. I love how stupid this is, by the way, this whole court scene. It's so bad.
Court is now in session.
As you are no doubt aware, someone has been senselessly defacing fair Isle Delfino using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home, and yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is going on? Though it is daytime in Delfino Plaza, our poor
I'm just gonna let this play out. This is some great voice acting. I need to let you all enjoy this.
Determined that this darkness has arisen because all of our guardians, the Shine Sprites, have vanished from their gathering spot at the Shine Gate. The reason? It's quite obvious. This horrible graffiti is to blame. Behold this sketch of the perpetrator based on eyewitness description.
Nailed it.
The truth is obvious. The guilty party sits among us. It is none other than Mario.
Objection!
Overruled. I judge the defendant guilty as charged. I hereby order the defendant to
If they
plead
honestly
not guilty.
think that Shadow Mario and Mario look the same, all the Piantas wearing glasses need new glasses.
Court adjourned.
More important, if it's that big a deal, before this even got to court, shouldn't they have been working on cleaning it up? Like, you see the occasional Pianta with a mop or whatever, but... Blah, 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 Mario game, blah, 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 blah. Objection! Good old Phoenix, right?
Are the source of power on Isle Delfino. They used to gather in great numbers at the Shine Gate, but the graffiti incident has polluted the island.
Okay,
and
yeah,
boosted the
Flood,
Shine
they
Sprites underground.
literally just
Their
gave us this
development in
exposition.
power
There's
is
no need to go over it a second
the
time.
lifestyle of the island.
Which is a shame, because I was about to say, that's actually kind of cool that they find a way to kind of circumvent the typical, this is what's going on, with just, like, another character that's going to be your ally or whatever. It actually fits in there. But then they just repeat it anyway. Cool.
As we speak. And you, Mario, are being treated as a criminal.
That's probably because Mario is a criminal.
We must do our best
I mean,
to
not for
resolve
this specifically, but he is a criminal. No, I don't want to hear that again.
Go straight that way. You can't miss the mess now. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. And remember,
Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. Alright, we'll start with your mustache, my man. Whee! Oh, my god. I smashed my face into a pile of bananas. No! Nope. Whee! You might also see me doing this on occasion just to check the time, because I can't check it on my current Windows. Depending on what we're streaming on, in this case since it's the Wii, I have to do that, but if it's like the Wii U or Switch, then I'll be able to check the time freely.
Mario?
Oh my gosh, Peach. You know that's not him? Well, maybe you don't. I don't know. Casually pick her up. Run away there. It's fine. Instead of Build-A-Bear, it's Poach a Princess. Shouldn't be allowed to use tools like that. Says as he's using a paintbrush. Oh, do I actually have to, like, proper chase him? Camera is taking some getting used to. It feels like the C-stick, in order to control the camera, is backwards. It's very bizarre. Peach, you're in the way as usual. Get out of here. There you are. Good grief. You take the local instead of the express? Episode 1, Road to the Big Windmill. I imagine this will involve a big windmill and a road to said windmill. Whee! Even for 2002, though, this still feels, like, relatively smooth in terms of control. I'm not quite sure how all the paint slash graffiti slash oil paint manages to, like, change the terraform of the ground, but apparently it can do that. Sure, we'll go with that. Why not? Drop those coins. I don't need them. Don't need no stinking coins. Okie dokie. And now the game quits bothering with the plot for several worlds, hits us with a twist, and forgets what the plot is until the final boss. Yeah, pretty much. But at least the game controls well. Like, it is a platformer, so if it can't platform that well, then that's kind of a problem. Waha! I hope I'm supposed to be going this way, because I already forgot what the mission level was. I'm pretty sure it's to the top of the windmill. You can definitely tell with some shortcuts you can take, kind of like that one that I did where I was going up higher, that it very much feels like a precursor to the... Okay. Nope. Alright, cool. I guess we're not going on that one. Let's jump on that guy. It very much feels like a precursor to the eventual spin that you'd get from Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Something's gone horribly wrong with Nintendo platformer can't control well. Probably the only one I'd say that I can think off the top of my head that doesn't control, like, amazingly well is Super Mario RPG, but that's also A, on the Super Nintendo, and B, even though it's not, like, all-star platforming, the story and the rest of the game and the charm for it is really good. It's well worth the rest of the potential shortcomings. And really the only place I truly notice it is going up to Nimbus Land. The platforming section there from vine to vine is quite a pain. But when it's an isometric platformer, I mean, you can't be that surprised that it's probably going to be a little rough around the edges. especially when it was made in the mid-90s. Thank you for the giant arrow to clear up any suspicion of what I was supposed to do. PD Piranha, everyone's favorite character that they just decided to put in everything. Mario Golf, put him in. Mario Kart, put him in. Sly Cooper, put him in. Super Smash Bros, put him in. The Last of Us 2, put him in. And do a little vomiting thing. Side note, if you're ever vomiting paint, please go to the doctor, like, now. I wanted to dance on his corpse. Now I can just walk through his chocolate corpse. Meanwhile, in midair... Plants vs. Zombies, put him at... Wait. Fair. Alright, what are we at on time? 6:26. We'll do one more mission. If there's, like, a slight overlap or it's something, like, mission-based like this and I'm almost to the end of the mission, I'm not just gonna abandon it halfway through. Plus, this also kind of counterbalanced the 10 minutes that I wasted earlier. Ah, yes! I actually really like the floodless levels in most instances. I actually like them a lot. I like the idea of, like, a series that adds additional things to it, like Mario getting Flood, but then kind of going back to its roots, its traditional roots of, like, okay, for the record, this game can be played in some regards without the special character or item or whatever, and now we're going to actually make you do it. Instead of, you can circumvent your way around this, it's straight up just a case of, we're not going to let you use it. Alright, so it's that one over there. Gotcha. Ow. I got pooped on. Yeah, that's probably maybe the easiest way to do it. Alright, let's see if I can do it the old-fashioned way. I know this is a little bit finicky, though. That was much too low of a jump. Let's try it again. There we go. That'll work. Get in there, boy. You don't need that flood. It's your first 3D Mario, so I was not ready for the flood themselves. Yeah, that's fair. This was not my first 3D Mario at all. This was like one of the last 3D Mario games I played, actually. I could never track down a copy of this thing for the longest time. I think I ended up getting it in Austin, Texas somewhere at like a local place that did retro games. Oh, I missed. Now we'll just take a nap in space. Don't change the animation, just keep taking a nap in space, it's fine. Where are we going, Mario? Okay, I didn't press the jump to go there, I was just trying to walk, but okay. Speaking of good control. To be fair, this controller was used yesterday to play Dokapon, and as a result may or may not have baby drool on it. I'll just go for it. Yep, I had a feeling that was going to be a bad idea. I'm trying to remember the stunt that I pulled, because when I did the run-through of it, I figured out a way to, like, run it not flawlessly, but, like, to where I just didn't have to stop at all. And yeah, if I wanted to, I could have been lazy and picked this up earlier. Do remember that, at least. We'll go slow. If that had killed me, I would have been very disappointed. What? Game, you okay? We'll just leave it on a game over instead. That's what we'll do. I'll either succeed on this life. I'm not going to pick up the one-up mushroom. So we'll either succeed or we'll game over. Nope, looks like we're gaming over. Alright, that works. I'm willing to bet that's probably close to the timer. Oh, wow, that was actually perfect. Cool. Alright, so next, unless anything has changed, and I would assume this would update on its own, we will switch to Armello. I'll mark that as complete. Switch over to intermission real quick. That's not the right button. I'll change the other thing that I always forget to change. Apparently there's a game called Armello. Like, it's spelled exactly the same as Armello, except it's an I instead of an E. Huh. Interesting. Oh well. Not really important. Going back to the title screen. Okay, we can switch that off for the time being. Also, for the record with choice, if there's stuff that can be chosen that's not, like, too detrimental, then you're welcome to choose it. So in the case of Armello, that would be stuff like choosing what clan I pick, or what character I choose for it, etc. I am just going to do an offline match for this one, though, because it's been a while since I played, and there's been a lot of updates. To the point of, like, there's probably new characters, new cards, a bunch of new stuff that I've yet to see. And so as a result, I'd like to at least have a chance to do well. Come on, Steam, whenever you want to open up, that'd be great. Thanks. Appreciate it. So for the record, I will probably try to get in one more stream. I'll probably try to stream the 31st and like do a stream into the new year / the new decade. But I'm pretty sure we're also going to do Danganronpa on Friday this week, just, you know, which will be the case for investigation / trial of the murder of Redacted, for anybody that's not seen that. It has all been updated on the archives page. I did update that one yesterday, so it is up there. So if you missed any of it, you can just go check it out there. In the meantime, I don't have Armello installed. I thought I did. How long is the install going to take for? 9 minutes? We'll see if it'll actually take 9 minutes. These things tend to lie, you know. Well, that might be faster than 9 minutes. It might not be that bad. I did go through and like check specifically though, so that makes me wonder why I didn't catch that one. Interesting. In the meantime, how's everybody else doing on the 29th of December 2019? Almost finishing up things for the year. In my case, it's cleaning out stuff and getting ready for the move. Like I mentioned, finding the GameCube, but I've cleaned out probably, I think 2 boxes of stuff. It'll probably end up being, I'm gonna guess, 7 to 8 boxes of stuff. I'm not taking a lot of my super big stuff, like not taking the bed, not taking the desk. I'm replacing my desk after very much needed to be replaced. Probably won't with the bookshelf. I'll probably leave the bookshelf here, but I can't think of a reason like I need it desperately. I'd probably like get a different bookcase and use that for like my game library, which is what I do now, but something less big and bulky than this one. I really like this one though, is the problem. It's like it is a really genuinely nice bookcase, but I don't know. It's weird. We're planning on doing that fundraising stream. I still do not have a date in mind for that. I'll probably start doing them on like on weekends in January. Not this first one, but maybe like the weekends after that. So that would be the 11th, the 18th, the 25th, like around there. I'm not sure what I would do for them though, is the thing. Maybe come up with ideas for that as well. Most of my stuff in terms of catching up has been either Terraria Hardcore or getting stuff packed, one or the other. Which I'm now working on episode 3, and I'm probably going to publish, in terms of publishing, meaning like make it an actual video rather than just a bunch of stuff in Camtasia. I'm not uploading it yet. I probably need to publish the current one and then just work from that file because it is crashing my computer like crazy. Or at least it's crashing Camtasia rather. Probably because on audio alone there's 241 different cuts. That might be part of the problem. And it was clearly not designed to handle that. For fundraising, I might just do Jackbox. I might keep it simple, now that I'm thinking about it. I might just straight up do Jackbox. That would be a really easy way to just, like, have everyone involved and be able to do stuff like that, so... Jackbox could be a good one. I could also have like some Mario Party stuff in there. We could do like Mario Party Nights ones, of course. That would also work. Maybe set up like, not with the channel points, but with bits to have it be like X amount of bits to have me like toss a mini game, or X amount of bits to like maybe throw away an item or something like that. You can't really throw away items in a lot of games, so you kind of just maybe like force me to use an item at a certain point or something like that. I don't know. I'd probably figure out a way to fix like the delay so it could be more on time, because if I like start a turn when someone wanted me to use an item, then it wouldn't be much help. So I don't know, there's a couple different ways I could go about it. That's one of those things I'll probably work on in the coming days, is getting a proper idea. And I might do like some, I'll still be doing like Danganronpa during the weekdays, but I'm going to be working at Texas Tech as much as I possibly can between whenever they start back up, which I think my earliest work date is I believe the 7th, which would be Tuesday in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. No, 1 week from this upcoming Tuesday, I'm sorry. I was way off there. And there's no guarantee I'll be working there every single day, obviously. So I'll still have days off, sure, but that's what happens when you're not working a full-time job, tragically. I wish it was. If it was, I'd probably stay here and just get myself a bunch of income before moving, but I am also looking forward to moving at the same time, so that's good at least. For everybody curious on how long this is going to take, and I'm not going to start the 30-minute timer until we actually start the game. We are at 870 millibytes out of 1.2 gigabytes, and the time remaining left on it is 1 minute and 50 seconds, so we should be pretty close to the end there. Probably the worst part about moving is just, like, actually physically moving will just be the drive. I just hope it's not going to be me having to drive through mountains while it's icy. That would not be fun. I've driven on ice before. I don't enjoy it, but I like know how to deal with it. But I'd really rather not if I had a choice. But since it's weather, you kind of don't really get a choice. Tragically. Alright, it has gone up to a gig. 1 minute and 13 seconds. That gif of Kazuichi just screaming in the top left. It's so good. Death Road to California. God, I hope not. That means my car will almost assuredly not make it. And I would like my car to make it. my car's in pretty good state. Pretty much the only thing that I know of, like, off the top of my head that needs to be fixed is just a blinker, and that's just as simple as, like, the actual light bulb's gone. So, like, just replace the light bulb and boom, taken care of. So that's not exactly something like, oh yeah, your engine's about to die, or oh, you've thrown a belt, or something that serious. But I do have a day scheduled for when I'll take it in the shop and be like, alright, this is what I'm doing, and if there's anything that is not going to make it, please let me know now. 9 seconds remain, according to this thing. Who knows how accurate it actually is, because it doesn't have to do something after it actually installs all the thing. It has to, like, analyze it or whatever. Oh no, it's ready to play. Alright, cool. Let's get back to it then. Which, this might automatically launch in full screen, so this may take me a second to set up. Yes, Steam has finished downloading Armello. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, buddy? Feeling alright? Doing alright? There you go. This may be, like, super loud for a split second, so if it is, I apologize. Might actually mess with it now. Strike while the iron is hot. Okay, I'm not sure how my mouse cursor ended up there, but thanks. So apparently there is now a thing that says there is 2 ways to play. I'll just actually go and pull this up. I don't know why I'm waiting on pulling up this window. Let's see. Let me add window capture. There we go. Down a few. Cool. We'll see how it sounds audio-wise. You shouldn't be hearing anything right now because I'm not hearing anything either. So yeah, apparently there's a way to play offline or online. You can switch between offline. Well, since I'm playing offline, I'll just stick to offline. It doesn't sound super loud on my end, but again, if it is really loud, I'll know along with you. And skip all this. Save game is incompatible. Excuse me, I was trying to read that. Computer does not meet the recommended system requirements for Armello. That's great, I guess? Sure, I don't really care. Save game is incompatible with this version. Has been cleared. So I lost all my stuff, is that what you're saying? No, I still have all my stuff. They've added some new cards, obviously. That's why I'm missing a few there, but... Alright, cool. The audio actually sounds perfect. Unless it's off to y'all, but to me it sounds fine. But let's hop into a game. How about a new game? Oh yeah, this looks drastically different from how it used to. Still the same characters, though. So Thane, Mercurio, Sana, Amber, River, Zasha, Brun, and Barnaby. I don't remember most of what I used, honestly. I'm gonna go with... Alright, Amber. I just clicked random. Oh, right, I can select a random hero. Cool, that works. Zasha it is. Awesome. Against Brun, Thane, and Sana. Or we can just keep re-rolling them. We could try to get one of each. Hey, there we go. Perfect. One of each. Not that it matters, because if you have 2 wolves or 2 rabbits or whatever, they're still competing against each other. So for those of you that have not seen this game before, it tries to crash sometimes. I'm glad it did that. Hopefully that didn't freak out on y'all's end. It went fine on mine, but you never know. It looks like it's okay. I think we're good.
Assassins coming for my throne.
Well, yeah. No, it looks fine on this end. Alright, well, if it did freak out, then let me know. The way this game works is you are trying to get the throne of Armello. The king has been corrupted by a presence called Rot, and he is slowly dying. There's no way to save him, so what you have to do is... give me a sec. I'm going to take this. So there are 4 different ways that you can take over the throne. You can either take it over by... I should probably wait until my turn's ending before I say anything like this. Just like that. Cool. We'll just do that for now. End turn. There are 4 ways to win the game. Most of them are by killing the king. The first one is a victory by killing the king. He has very high stats, so you want to try to go around areas and increase your capabilities in order to be able to successfully defeat him. He's slowly losing health as the game goes on, so you want to try to get him when he's near the end of his life, as is. So that's one way to do it. You can also let him die naturally, and if he dies naturally, then the person with the most prestige is willed the kingdom, so they win. Your prestige is located right here. You increase that by defeating enemies, defeating other players, clearing quests, etc. The spiritual stones are also another way to win the game. If you can make it inside and just interact with the king and have 4 of them, then it will purify his soul, which does kill him. But you can also get a spiritual stone victory by doing that. And the last one is by killing the king when you are infected with the rot as well. Oh, great. I can't move on this tile because the guard is there, and if I attack him, then I'll become wanted. Battle in Perils +2 Explode Pool. Exploding Pool basically means it gives you another die, I believe. Banes will never attack you. And the Goblins game, I will take Raven's Beak Dagger. That's just a rare event that can happen. That is increasingly rare. Battle on Sword, opponents kill. I might actually try to go for Rot then, if that's the case. Go ahead and stick that on as well. And... sure, you can have that. Or move your bounty and then, I don't know. It'll let me. Yeah, stick that hidden trap there. And your turn. So you always have a certain amount of cards at the start of your turn in your given hand. That's determined by your wits. Your fight is how many dice you roll when you get in a fight with somebody. Your body is your health. And your spirit is basically your magic. That's how you cast the green cards. The things on the right are your gold, which you need gold to be able to use certain things, like that's your cost. Your magic, it will obviously let you cast your magic. Since I have 3, mine were gains at the start of every, I believe it's night. And it will regain to whatever that number is. So it will regain to 3 in my case. We already talked about Rot. You can pick whatever you want from the cards when it is your turn. If you want... there's Prestige Leader. If you want battle cards, then that's fine. If you want...
that will do nicely.
Ooh, nice. If you want to take the item card, you can. If you want traps, you can. If you want magic, you can. You can pick whatever you want, so you're not limited in that regard. As for the things on the board, other players, you can't attack them, kill them for prestige. The guards, you can attack, but that will make you wanted, so you might want to do that sparingly. Ooh, that's a good one. I'll just take one of each. I think this is the way. No, it's not the way. Yeah, that guy I got earlier that was forcibly given to me will move me off my tile in a random direction at the start of my turn. Now I can do the quest. I don't want the Spirit Stone. I want to just go for this. So whenever you complete a quest like that, you're given the option to try to gamble for higher stuff. The percentage of the gamble of your success is based on these. So it was 50% because my fight before that quest was a 5, so 50%. Get emergency room in here. And that'll do it for me. The thing you saw at the start of the day turn was the Prestige Leader getting to pick between one of two things. That's one of the perks of being the Prestige Leader. I'm going to go with health. I'm going to try to go for health and attack. Clearing the quest will always get you a prestige unless you lose it by gambling it. I didn't realize there's a fast forward. But you will always naturally get the one thing that you chose at the start, plus the prestige, unless you lose it through gambling. So you can either make a safe bet or try to gamble for something even better. Sometimes it's an item, sometimes it's a party member that'll show up here. There's a bunch of different things it can be. Also, what we didn't talk about is the Banes, which are these enemies. Losing to them will cost you, increase your rot, but defeating them will give you prestige. But in some instances, like when you're going for a rot victory, you might want to try to get those, so keep it in mind. I am going to use that. You can go into the castle early if you want, but you have to deal with these perils. The perils are just around the board. People can place them. They can be there naturally. The king can place them, etc. And when you land on them, you basically have to complete a challenge by rolling and get the required elements that are on each side of the dice. And if you fail, you take the penalty. If you succeed, you do not. Alright, so what's the declaration?
Under my name.
All heroes
it
gain
is
stealth until
law.
next dawn or until they're spotted. You do get stealth in certain conditions. Certain items can give you stealth so that other players can't see you. Zasha has it naturally at night. Being in a forest at night will give you stealth. There's a bunch of different things that you can get from that. Cool. So here's an example of a fight. So when you fight, how many dice you get are based on the cards, or based on the swords that you get. Your additional stuff will come into play, of course. And then you will roll your dice. The swords will give you attack. The shields will give you defend. The suns will give you attack if it is a daytime event. And the moons will give you attack if it is a nighttime event. The wilds, which are the little tree things, will give you an attack and also let you go again. And the rots will do nothing. And by go again, I mean it'll let you roll another die. And there are advantages to dying, even like that. There are advantages for it. Now, if you're corrupted, which means you've gained enough rot to be corrupted, the wild and the rots flip. So the rots will give you an attack and give you another die, and the wilds will do nothing. When you're not ambushed, and I was technically ambushed, even though I knew where that character was, then you're allowed to play your cards if you want, because they have these little symbols on them. If you don't want to keep those cards and think, oh, I just want to burn this, then you can. So I'm going to burn this one to get just have it out of my inventory because I don't want it. And I got what I needed, so I survived it. You don't get any prestige for doing that, however. It's just a trap that you survive. I could be off on some of these rules. They might have changed. I'm not an expert. Yeah, that's another thing. With the rot battle, if you're fighting something with higher rot, then they're going to get more dice than you. If it's equal, then nothing happens, though. I'm going to burn that because I don't want it, and just roll the rest. Getting in fights is also a good way to get rid of cards you may have drawn that you don't want as well. Well, I got him, so we're good. Took one hit, that's alright. If players take equal damage but don't die, then the person attacking will move back to their space. If the person defending takes more damage but survives, then they will move back one space if they can. If they get edged out of something, then they may just hit a wall and die immediately. That is also possible. Take away some health from them, and end my turn. Or get in a fight, sure. Who was it that was picking on me, Amber? Yeah. There are different dice sets in the game as well. I'm assuming it probably unequipped mine since there was a huge update, but I do have dice sets as well. That's just an example of piercing, which means my defense point doesn't matter. Thane will get those if he burns sword cards. He automatically gets piercing. I remember that being one of his abilities. So you can watch what's going on. You can look at it down here. You can chat with other people in chat. You can watch the king take a point of damage. Very quickly minimize that. Alright, cool. We'll probably just play the full game and then see what the timer's at. I know I started at 6:40, so 7:20 should be the right thing. Since I am Prestige Leader, I now get the choice of this. So I can sabotage the perils and make them harder, or make everybody lose an item, and if they don't have an item, then they lose 2 Prestige. I think that's unbelievable.
Let my rule be
Sometimes
heard.
it's just the lesser of 2 evils. Sometimes it could be something that was actually useful to you. It kind of just depends. I might try to kill Amber again here in a second. In battle, until all swords gain poison. Okay, cool. I don't remember how poison works offhand. The good news is I don't even have to fight her because I have this ability, and since I am at a 1-tile range, I can do 3 health and just kill her that way. And because she also had a bounty on her, that gave me additional prestige, so it actually upped me by 4 instead of 1. Oh, this is just playing to a creature, okay. I'm gonna go and play it though myself. Anything else I can play? Do this, I might as well. Terrorize the settlement, which means that Thane's not getting income from it, and eject a guard if there's one. By having these settlements, whenever your turn starts in daytime, then you get money from them. You always get 1 because you have a default settlement that can't be stolen, but additional settlements give you additional money. You can also get money by landing on these. You can also get some bad stuff as well. Mirror Cape, ooh, that's nice. Masquerade Mask. I'm gonna go ahead and gamble on it. Why not? Even if I lose the health, it's not the end of the world. I'm assuming that means I was 6... Oh, I choose. Okay. Well, I got it. That's very much new. It just picked at random instead of having you pick at random. Maybe that's to make it feel like they're not cheating. I don't know. That's really all I need to do. So I'm just gonna go here. And end my turn. Are there other characters unlocked through gameplay, or are they DLC? They are DLC, but there are additional characters, yes. I'm gonna take that. And each time you complete a quest, once your turn ends after completing that, then it will automatically start a new one. The only time that is not applicable is whenever you are officially heading to the castle. Oh, cool. He went away from me. Awesome. Yeah, the stranger that got forced on me that kept moving me to tiles, if there's another hero within 1 tile of you when their turn ends, he rolls randomly, he flips the coin, and he might land on somebody else and go to them. Which actually worked out in the long run for me. Throwing axe, trusty shield. I'm going to try to get that Bane out of here, starting with that, and then go kick his ass. Also, what is up, Rothcall? Welcome. If you'd like to switch up what game we do after this, then you should be able to, with getting... I should really focus on this since I'm on a timer first. There we go. Then you can do so by cheering points, or redeeming points rather, by watching the stream. And if you want to know all the different things that we can play, then you can check my backloggery by hitting !backloggery, or !backlog. And that will give you a list of games that you can choose from. I don't think that's quite corrupted. I think you have to be at 5 rot to get corrupted. Which really, at this point, I'm not doing too bad in Prestige, so once I see what everybody else is at, I might just not worry about rot anymore. I might just go to a straight Prestige. He's over there. See, between these three, I'm down here. I've got a good chance to attack one of them and kill them. Which, even if they're not wanted, you still get Prestige for killing another player. Yeah, I'm in the lead by a fair bit on Prestige. I might just try to go for that.
And what shall be Lord
All Banes get +2 fight and +2 body. Everyone gets 1 rot. I'm picking everyone gets 1 rot because I already have rot. You lose 1 health at the start of each daylight if you have any rot on you. There are ways to get rid of it, but it's kind of hard. But I actually wanted to gain the rot, and they probably didn't want to gain the rot, so that worked out for me. Okay, I'm gonna go with... yeah, like that. -1 rot. That would be an example. Okay, what did I get? Steal 1 equipped item. Oh, I can't play from the grounds. That's right. Alright, well, let's move first. Oh, I can't play it on a character. Alright, that's fine. And a hero settlement dungeon, steal an equipped item. I'm gonna take one of yours. In battle, first burn Sunderman gains Pierce. Nice. I probably won't use that right now, though. Yeah, that Bane's almost dead. I'm gonna go for him. Even if he gets me, I'm very sure I can get him right now. And like I said, dying has its advantages, because even though his rot is higher than mine, and that gives him more dice, losing to him also gives me 1 more rot. So, like, it does have its advantages to die. He's got a bunch of swords. But I also got more than enough to kill him, so... Overkill slaughter. He barely got me, jeez. Even with all those, he barely got me. And I'm okay with losing the prestige, because like I said, I was so far ahead that it didn't matter. And Thane just got killed. Sonic got corrupted, which can happen, and it's kind of rare, but... it's also taking a lot of damage. Thane completed something. And now it's night.
Rise, black beast.
Bane over there. I'll just draw a trap card, trickery card, whatever. If every battle, steal 1 gold per wound inflicted until the cost of the turn. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. I should probably go for the quest, though, so that's what I'm going to do. Cool. What do I have for items? I think I'll do this so I can get rid of cards more effectively. Well, no, I think I'll just not do anything. I'll just end my turn. Did she go into the castle? Yeah, she did. And she failed the peril. In order to get in there, you do have to succeed in the peril, because you get ejected if you don't, so you do have to succeed them. But outside of Prestige, you have to go into the castle area. That's the only one that you don't have to, is Prestige. So, as you can expect, those perils are particularly tough. You can tell what type of peril it is based on the thing on the flag, so the ones that have the cups are wits, and the ones that have the fires on them are spirit.
What suits?
Just put bounties on everyone.
This should be interesting.
If I recall correctly, Bane stop attacking when interrupted. Oh, they do. Cool. It has been a long time since I played, so I honestly don't remember. The last time I played this was probably like, what, 2016, 2017? It's been a while. Plus 2 wits, that's actually not bad. I'll go ahead and complete the quest though, I mean it's right there. Conjure, I mean really there's no reason not to go for that. That one. Cool. Got an ally. Take him with me. Receive a spell card each time you play a spell on the board. And now someone's gonna pick a fight with me. Alright, this will give me a chance to get rid of some stuff that I may not want. Copy the shield. Good. I don't really want either of these. She got a bunch of defense and I got a bunch of offense. Since she still has movement, she may just go right back at me again. Nope, she's not gonna do it. Yeah, the only way to get rid of a bounty is by dying, or there are some items that will get rid of it. There are some trap cards that will just straight up remove a bounty. As much as I'd like the rot. Ooh, I don't know. In case I do have to get in there, if prestige isn't enough, that it would be helpful to have that, so... items. You can enjoy your no rot. I don't really want to keep that anymore since it's a penalty to me. You try to burn it. I might as well use it there. Your rot is considered 0. Alright, if you say so. Now let's get rid of that and roll. Moons. And she just barely gets me. But that puts me closer back to the quest, so not a total loss. Go for it. And fails. Sana has more wrath than I do.
A new law? Why, yes.
I'd rather have the bounty,
That's an
honestly.
excellent choice.
And recalling the guards would also help too, since people are trying to get in there. That would just mean one more thing that they have to deal with. In the meantime, place there are upgrades about it on target. Cool. Target settlement. Yeah. Oh no, wait, that was just the trap. What am I thinking? I'd rather try to kill that, honestly. Now I've got more rot, so I get the dice instead of the bane. I don't really care about keeping that. The rest of them I do want to keep, though. Bingo. 6 HP Zasha, that's scary. Oh, you should have seen her in the early days. I used to play a lot when the game had just came out, and Zasha was like the character to play. She was wicked strong. I actually have 2 of what I need right here, so I'm just gonna try to do this. Which probably won't matter knowing me. Yep, didn't matter. There are a couple things that the dungeons can also do. They can warp you to a different dungeon, like that. They can summon Banes, they can give you a Spirit Stone, they can give you items, they can give you money, they can give you magic.
Embrace darkness, heroes.
She sucks with 3 HP, yes, but if you up her HP, yeah, it can be very devastating very quickly. Speaking of magic. There we go, much easier to find. I can't get to her because the mountains cost 2 to get across. One thing I do remember is if you're corrupted, to not go into the Enchanted Grove because it will kill you. Yeah, I'm going to try to draw a magic card next turn, see what happens. Remember, apparently attack the guard, I'm guessing. Nope, attack Thane. Hey! Hey! Don't be taking my stuff. Well, now we have to kill Thane if I can reach him this turn. I got bored of bots, they're too dumb. I don't know, like, for me, it's interesting to see what bots do, because you have to just wonder, like, why they do what they do sometimes.
Declaration. What suits?
I'd rather do that.
That will do nicely.
What is Sana doing right? I don't know. I really don't. She was Prestige Leader for like 2 turns, but she lost it very quickly. After Amber got a bounty put on her head and I took it away by killing her. So that gave me 4 and that put me in a good spot to just stay with what I had. Grab a bunch of these. Alright, speaking of magic. That seemed obvious, so might as well, right? So I got 1 magic left. Steal 1 card from target's hand. Just so you don't have it, I guess. I'll wait to myself. Just because the heck, why not? I've got a bunch of money. Oh, right. I didn't realize that was a corrupted square. I was paying attention to that. Oh well. That was my own fault. Peril. Which means there are very few ways to now win, because even if you do succeed in the peril, it takes all your remaining AP, so unless you have an AP restoring item on you, then your turn's done. You can't enter the castle and attack on the same turn without doing that. Which usually most people are smart enough to bring it in, but a CPU, probably not. There, we'll just teleport there anyway. Let's do around -1 health. I'll just do this. Just build up that count, why not? Got my magic back, so I might as well do this. Yeah, because he's at 1, he's going to die next turn, so I just might as well give myself the best chance at surviving if I get attacked. Yeah, and at this point, once you get to your 4th quest, it'll just be a palace entry. Which does mean that you don't have to do the quests, or you don't have to do the peril there, if you do all your quests. Then it will just let you... You will still, if I remember correctly, you do still lose the AP, but you don't have to battle through the peril. Gotta get going, see y'all later. Alright, Aura, take it easy. Have a good rest of your night. Favorite character? In terms of playing, I like playing combat, so Zasha and Thane would be high up on my list. In terms of how they look, probably either River or Amber would be probably my choice for how they look. Goldfinger. There we go, prestige victory. Beautiful. Okay, so I was curious. Oh, I forgot to even pick this stuff earlier. I remember this is stuff you could pick too. And I had everything unlocked for all the character types. I completely forgot about these though. Oh well. In case you're curious what anybody else had. You could check these at any time. I just didn't bother doing it because I knew the bots probably wouldn't put up that great of a fight. Experience cannot be granted. Well, yeah, because we were fighting the bots. You just buy this game? No, I've had it for a while. It's just I haven't played in years. Like, if you check my my card gallery, like, outside of what has been in the new updates, which is why I'm missing a few, I've got everything else. Like, I have all these, I have all these. I had to reinstall it at the start of the stream because I forgot to reinstall it, but I've used most of these cards. There's a few that I haven't seen, but most of it I've seen. But yeah, I totally forgot to set up loadout. Mercurio is also one that I played a lot at the start, and I figured out how to use him relatively effectively. It's cool being able to see, like, move around the 3D models, though. Yeah, this is where you can choose your rings. Oh, no, my rings did get reset. I do have a bunch of the dice, though, so if nothing else, this probably proves it. I have the Twitch dice from when I was subscribed to League of Geeks. So, like, I have a bunch of stuff here, I just forgot to change it. I don't have, like, every single dice set, but I have some of them. Alright, let me minimize that real quick. I need to close this and reopen it. Oh, come on, don't. There we go. I don't know why I was doing that. Come on, back up you get. Back up you get. You can do this. It's just an Internet Explorer tab. Come on. Stop trying to crash my computer. Knock it off. There we go. Did you read the novellas? The novellas for... Oh, for Armello? No, I don't think I actually did. I've read a lot of the in-game stuff, but if they're actual novellas, no, I've not read them. That's not what I want to do. Where is it? There it is. It was in there somewhere. Alright, yeah, that was actually pretty close on time. That was almost about 30 minutes. Might have been 2 minutes short, but since we started at 7:40, that was about 30 minutes of gameplay. Alright, so for anybody that is just now tuning in, if you want to go ahead and add it in, the way the audience choice works tonight is by watching you get channel points. I'll switch it over to my view real quick. You get channel points that you can manage right here. You get those by watching, following, that kind of thing. And you can use those to go to Choose My Game, which is 100 points. And then by doing that, it will get put into a pool, which right now is empty. And you can decide what game that I'll play for the next 30 minutes. I do need to know what game it is, so make sure to put that in as well. If you want to know what games are available, you can type in backlog, like so. And that will pull up a list of my backloggery, which is right here. Just give it a second. It's a little slow tonight. Come on. It's because a bunch of other stuff is being run right now. I'm pretty sure that's the issue. Also, that's still being run. So let me close that out. Come on. There we go. Oh, good, it crashed. Awesome. This is why I try not to run too many things at once. I'll go ahead and quit this for the time being. Yeah, I know, not responding. That's great. That's very nice. We'll just send it down there. Anything else that would like to crash? No? We're good? Good? Okay, good. Glad we're good. Alright, apparently just everything is going to crash now. Come on, if you're going to crash, just crash. Don't give me this will they, won't they. Like, if I wanted will they, won't they, I'd go read a romantic novel or something. I don't know. Alright, we'll switch it to the intermission real quick while I get it to Armello crash off it. Oh yeah, I played it when it was originally coming out, and it crashed a lot. All the dang time. There are multiple times where people would just get, like, queued out of stuff. It was bad. Oh, now it's gonna run fine, now that I pulled up Task Manager? Is that how it's gonna be? Alright, cool. Now I can show it at least. That's not the right one. There we go. So yeah, on my backlogger, you've got a list of everything on here. Keep in mind, too, if it looks like the list is small, make sure to hit Show More Games, because there are more options there. And this is all of what I can currently stream. My Steam library is higher, I just don't have everything installed, which is the problem we have with Armello, which is why I forgot about that. But yeah, any of those are totally available for choice. In the meantime, though, let me take a look back at the pool of stuff. That's not the right window. Nope, still empty. Alright. In the meantime, I will close this out then. So yeah, if you do want a game to be selected, then all you have to do is use the channel points from watching or cheering bits or anything like that. And just go here to choose my game. It'll look different on your screen than it will for mine, because I've got the infinite points, but then you just put in whatever. I'll know if you actually like have it in proper if it is on this screen for me. We've got like some of the Mario Party requests from Mario Party nights, but it'll be on this. Or Vice was the one that chose Armello before he left, and it was on this screen. So I'll know if it was actually rewards that were confirmed or if it was just from just picking randomly. If you do want to try to cheer bits, I can't cheer in my own channel, obviously. But if you go to somebody else's, or if I went to somebody else's, you can watch ads for that as well. And that is one way to do it. Sorry if you can hear yelling in the background. A pop filter can only deal with so much. Even my best microphones can't stop his yelling. It's a shame. In the meantime, I just might look what I have. Look what I have and just pick from there. Which is what we had already decided on doing, is that if it just got to a 30-minute gap where there wasn't anything, then I would just play whenever I felt like playing. Which I kind of know what I'm in the mood for playing, actually. So, I'm going to go ahead and load that up. And then that will happen. Okay, good, it came back. All my icons on my computer just disappeared, like on my desktop for a split second there. Where is it? This is more what I want to try to see if it'll work, just to see what'll happen if I try streaming with this. It also requires the program to load, which is kind of a problem. into that process. It's too bad. Too bad you can't have it now. There we go. Nice. I love when the computer tries to fight back. You're like, no, you had your chance to cooperate. I see why it's going slow now. It's not Steam, but I do need to close that. Come here, you. It's because it's trying to make a backup of my computer right now. That's what it's trying to do, which always slows things to a halt. I set it to do that only on days that I wasn't streaming, but it doesn't listen to me because it's a computer. That on up here so I can stop this and actually have it go at a decent speed. Should have known it was this too. Never even thought to check if it was trying to make a restore point when it shouldn't be. Few details, which means there's a nice way of saying you're about to get canceled. You're gonna get canceled faster than Firefly. Except unlike Firefly, people actually want to see. People actually don't want to see this. Which means, of course, it'll pop up with a little... There we go. This backup's currently in progress. Yeah, we'll stop it. Seriously, man. It takes the thing hours to make a backup. Now is not the time to be attempting this. There. That should fix part of the problem. Alright, cool. Now, let's go with an oldie, but not a goodie. And also make sure that it's not just continuously running slow. It is immediately going faster, so that's good. And as soon as we say that, come on. It's not rocket science here. Well, while it's messing around with that, I'm gonna check for what I'm looking for. It's probably tucked away in a folder somewhere. I know where it is, I just need to actually get to it. All of it. I know that's not everything that's on my external hard drive. Every last bit of it. Come on. It's got 2 terabytes worth of stuff on it. There you go. Oh my gosh, this is worse than herding cats. Keep going. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's play a game a lot of people have not probably gotten the opportunity to see, and based on how the game is as a whole, that might be for the best. But it is still a series that is very well loved. Happening, that's great. Maybe don't do that. There we go. Okay, we should be good on that front. I'll have to check the audio here in a second, but first I need to change the game title. Oh nice, it actually picked up the Japanese name. Surprised by that. I really didn't think you'd do that. Let's close that. We might be able to just do a window capture on this. Let's find out. Sure, window capture 2. It's a good name. Or not window capture. What am I talking about? I couldn't get rid of that. I don't need no stinking window capture. Get out of here. Don't just stare at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. Get out of here. There we go. That might be what it's on. No, it won't be that either. Switch it back to... Well, no, I have to have it on that one, so... You get to watch me flounder about for a bit here. Game capture, let's try that. Specific window. There we go. Actually, I might just play it like that. Edit the scene slightly to get those out of there. No, I don't want that. I want... Knock it off. There we go. These things are so hard to adjust sometimes. Just cut that part off. Cut like about that part off. We'll see how it looks in a second. And very quickly, I'm going to switch to animation to see what all the screaming is about in the other room. So I'll be right back. I swear, sometimes people can't figure out the simplest solutions. It's the worst. Alright. Let's move on to bigger and, I'm using air quotes around this, better things. So, for those not to know about the Fire Emblem series, the first Fire Emblem that got debuted in the United States is called Fire Emblem 7. And the reason for that is there are 6 other Fire Emblem games, unsurprisingly, but they never saw an official American translation / release. So this is a patch of an earlier Fire Emblem game for English speakers to be able to actually read what's going on, which is cool, The problem is the game's not very good, and I don't mean, like, the patch is bad. The patch is fine. It's just the characters are, how do I put this nicely? Every main character in a Fire Emblem game is usually called a Lord. That's their unit. And this might be the worst Lord unit that has ever existed. And that's saying a lot. Welcome to Fire Emblem Sword of Seals, or if you've played the Smash Bros. Series or heard of it, the game that Roy is from. Which is probably the thing that's most likely known here. I gotta get used to the A and B buttons. There we go. We'll go with this one, I guess. Save file is still in gameplay. This may erase progress. It says no data, game. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be alright. I'm actually very quickly going to... I may not be able to do it here. We'll just leave it as it is. It's fine. Men and dragons once lived in harmony on this land. However, that harmony was broken when men suddenly started to invade. In a great war known as the Scouring, both sides fought over control of the continent. The laws of nature were twisted from the vast amounts of power that were released. The dragons were defeated and disappeared from the face of the continent. Hiccup. Mankind then began to spread its forces throughout to populate the land. And now, 1,000 years later, the dragons are probably still upset. The people of the continent at Libe have been spreading technology and civilization for some time now, after the dragons have been defeated in the Scouring. In the west resides the kingdom of Bature, who has the highest level of civilization in Libe. The kingdom of Bern, with a powerful military and a practical and pragmatic attitude about life, is located in the east. These are the two strongest nations in Libe, and the lesser nations are located between them. This is the Lycian Alliance, which is under the joint relationship of various marquises. The people of the Knights of Union of Ilia are hard at work cultivating the snowy wastelands in the north. The Sakai live various clans, which ride through the plains on horseback. Although there were occasional clashes between nation-states, there was a general sense of balance and power and peace in Libe. However, that balance was suddenly disrupted when this guy, with this sick-ass coat, King Zephiel, ruler of the Kingdom of Bern, sent his forces out to conquer the rest of Libe. Well, what a jerk. His forces invaded Sakai and Ilia mercilessly and massacred all those who stood against them. And now Bern is showing signs of invading the Lycia Alliance. A youth named Roy was in Lycia's largest territory, Ostia. He was sent as a transfer student to train to become the next Marquise of Foray. However, Elwood, who has fallen ill, he was from Fire Emblem 7 by the way, has sent for Roy to return home. Just around that time, Lelina, the daughter of Hector, and Hector's awesome by the way in Fire Emblem 7, he is like one of the best Lord units they've ever made, traveled to Lycia to pay her respects to Elwood. After getting this message, Roy hurried back home, taking with him his loyal knights, and Bors, a knight from Ostia responsible for Liliana's safety. That Bors kinda sucks. The story begins when Roy had reached an area on the outskirts of Foray. Chapter 1, The Dawn of Destiny. We've got dudes. Boss! The residents of the castle have been hidden themselves inside. Even Elwood, the greatest knight in Lycia, can't beat an illness, eh? Yeah, I wouldn't call him the greatest. You were right when you said there wouldn't be any soldiers around here because they're getting ready to take on Bern. Of course, who do you think I am? But you never know when reinforcements are gonna come. Alright, kill off the guys in the castle while we still got time. Then the treasure's all ours. Brilliant. Castles ain't the only places with treasure. Let's go ransack the villages and get some loot. Dude! Master Elwood! The bandits from Bull Mountain are attacking us! I see. Blast! If I weren't in this state, I would teach them a lesson. Mr. Elwood? Lilana, you must hide somewhere. This castle's going to become a battlefield. No, sir, I will fight too! Don't be ridiculous. If something happened to you, I wouldn't know what to say to Hector. I mean, he'd probably just kill me, but, you know. It's my father, but it's going to be alright. Roy should be almost here by now, so we can hold our own until then, and we can drive off these bandits. Merlinus, I want you to send a message to Roy informing him of this attack immediately. Yes, sir. See, Merlinus is going bald. We got dudes. Oh, it's Lance. What's the matter? Why are you in such a hurry? Master Roy, bandits have appeared and are attacking the castle as we speak. What? Is Lord Elwood safe? He's inside, defending against the bandits' attacks, but I don't know how long he can last with his illness. Excuse me, Lance, is it? Is Lady Lana safe? He's got that extended chin, Slipfit. Are you from Ostia? Lady Lana's in the castle. She should be alright, as long as Lord Elwood is with her, but he can't last forever. No, she doesn't want to go to the castle before me. Lord Roy, regret won't solve anything. We must recapture the castle. Walt is right. We must hurry. Yeah, you're right. Alright, let's go. We're going to save those trapped in the castle. Alright, let's get them. Alright, so for those of you that have never played a Fire Emblem game before or never seen them before, basically you try to complete objectives and hope your game doesn't crash as you go on. So any unit that's in blue is yours, any enemy that's in red is theirs. You defeat an enemy by dropping their HP to 0. You can see different stats on characters such as their strength, which will do damage, skill, which improves their hit rate and critical rate, which criticals are just 3 times more powerful, speed affects evasion and attacks, luck determines dodge and critical reduction, defense reduces damage, resistance reduces magic. Strength will be replaced with magic if they are a magic-based class. Movement is how many spaces they can move. Constitution affects speed, loss, and rescue. You can rescue units if they're on horseback. And a couple other things here and there. Their level, their HP, their name, etc. You can look through what they have. So they're Iron Sword, Iron Lance. So there's different weapon types. The big one to note right now is probably just the traditional weapon triangle, which is the sword, axe, and lance triangle, where swords are typically stronger against axes, axes are typically stronger against lances, lances are typically stronger against swords. Not always, it more so depends on the user, but there are bonuses for doing that. So in the meantime, let's get started by stabbing some people. Go ahead, just pretend you're crashing, it's fine. There we go. Now we can get back to it. So attack, bigger sword, since they're using an axe, that's why the little arrow is next to the axe pointing down and the sword's up. So then you have your stats here, HP on both sides, red is the enemy, blue is yours. Again, power is how much damage you'll do, accuracy is the chance it'll hit, and crit is the percentage chance of getting a critical hit. And you get experience for fighting, typically about 10 for fighting, 30 for actually defeating somebody. Once you get 100 experience, you get a level up. Like so. You will probably not see me use this guy very much, Marcus. This is what's known as a Jagan unit, a pre-promote. As you can see, his stats are like way better than everybody else's by comparison. And the reason is because he is a promoted class. Once you get to level 20, you can use promoting items to get units to higher classes, so that's why he's a paladin instead of cavalier. However, by the time that these guys get to the level that guy is at, he's going to be really weak by comparison, so you probably don't want to use him all that much. Kind of just use him to soak up damage or trade his weapons to somebody, that kind of thing. Damn it, reinforcements already? But they ain't getting to the castle so easily. No, they're not. You can lose units in this game, and if you do have them die, then they are out for good. The only person you cannot lose is your main character, which is Roy. If you lose him, then the game over screen will kick in. But if you lose a character, they are out for good. They are gone, they're good, they are kaput, they are dunzo. They are not coming back. Thankfully, because Lance had high enough speed, he was able to attack that guy twice. You have stuff like archers. They can attack from 2 spaces away instead of 1. which means that guy with the axe that only has a range of 1 can't counterattack him. It's very nice. My cursor in the corner here, that seems to be part of the problem, actually. Roy can just stab him in the neck. He likes doing that. Very nice. Nope, pull it back up. I'm done with that. This is another thing you can use Marcus for pretty effectively, is going into the villages. You're not crashing, knock it off. You're fine. You act like you're not fine, but you're fine. And you can visit them. Hey, aren't you knights going to the castle? Yeah, if the crashing will ever stop, we sure will be. This may not be much, but there's something we'd really like to offer you. Please use it well. If you got 5,000, I'm going to assume that's gold. As logic would dictate. Good whack in the head. Marvelous. Get after that archer this turn. I don't think I'm reaching. The guy might be in the way too much. You're fine. Quit acting like you're crashing. No, we can't get him this turn. Cool. Can we kill him? Doesn't look like it. But we can damage him. Good dodge. This might be the last one we do for the night. I might just need to run a scan on my computer or something if it's causing this much problems. It usually doesn't. Well done, Lance. You can see how even with a character that has the advantage, though, if they get poor luck and get hit a couple times, it's enough to kill them. Shove crit. Nope, not yet. Roy's too slow. But now I can stab this guy. And just for the heck of it, get in there and stab him good. Teach that archer who's boss. As soon as the lag stops. There we go. Or he could miss. Well, I did say boar sucks, so guess we're not that surprised. Here, show him how it's done. Excellent. Let's try the tried and true version of. Alright, cool. Someone with bait, potentially. Meantime. And get rid of that one, I guess. Have less people attacking you next turn. I could have gotten 2 of them out if Boris hadn't missed, but oh well. Level up. Not a very good level up. There are things that there are things for each character called growth rates, which are the percentage chance of getting a point in that stat. And for Cavaliers, they're usually pretty well-rounded units. For Archers, you'd see stuff like Their speed and their skill would typically go up pretty high, but probably not their attack. And probably not their physical defense as well. For these guys, like the big barbarian dudes, it'll typically be offense and HP, and that's probably about it. Defensively, they're typically not very strong. Alan gets a level. Does slightly better. There are also different effects throughout the areas, like these little forested houses, and you'll notice you get defense or avoid bonuses for putting people there. So if you ever want somebody to have a slightly better chance of survival or potentially up their defense, you can put them on additional spots like that. Keep charging up that swing, Charlie. Charlie the Bandit. You'll make it there one day, Boars. The upside to Cavaliers as well. Because they're on horseback, they have incredibly high mobility compared to the rest of the units. Especially the dude in armor, which, you know, makes sense why he's slow, but not always, but more so in the new ones. This is especially true, but Fire Emblem favors those with high mobility. That should be a level for Roy. The game's done crashing. There we go. Strength, skill, and luck. Luck's pretty common for lords to get. Results in them being less likely to be critical. It looks like we got most of them cleared out here. That ability to double them is very nice, though. That's why I prefer speed characters above all else. And give him a good shot in the head. Yeah. Yeah, so when you start hearing this music playing, this is kind of the, like, you're almost done music. I think it's called Road to Victory in this game, but it goes by a lot of different names. This guy have Steel Axe. Alright, so he has no range. The bosses almost always will not move, so you can use that to your advantage. Just keep going. Keep sticking that sword through his head. He'll be alright. He's gone through worse. Good freeze frame, right on the white part of him getting slashed. There we go. Lance is a little bit low on health, but that's okay because we're pretty much done here. Whenever you're ready to stop crashing. Thank you. Experience 10. Alright, so it makes really no difference here. We'll let Lance go ahead and kill him. Nope, nice try. That wasn't me refreshing, that was me using the speed up button. Which once it's done crashing, yeah, you can like speed things up. And then have it crash again. Whenever you're ready to stop that, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I think we'll probably just finish the stage and call it a night, and then I will start working on my computer because holy crap, this is annoying. You damn idiots! Can't you guys take on these dastards? Well, I mean, they're all dead, so no, they can't. Alright, and because he's on the castle, he gets a little bit of health at the start of his turn. That's one of the other bonuses you can get for really high-level terrain stuff. Shoot him again! Nice. Both got a level. Skill and HP. Excellent. Damas has been defeated. What the? Strong! And of course, because he was the boss, he of course gives more experience for you defeating him. Nice. And then, of course, to end off the chapter, you need to have your Lord Unit Roy conquer, or seize. It goes by a couple different names. Father, Lilina! Roy, the game's crashing! Roy, is that you? Roy! Father, Lilina! Thank goodness you're alright. Roy, thanks for coming this far. Of course, Father, how's your health? I'm fine, I'm still alive, see? But Roy, you do know why I called you back here. I'm to take over your role of leading Frey's military and join the Lycia Alliance Army. Yes, as you know, Byrne has started to conquer Lycia. Let's follow the ancient rule and set out our military to protect the land of Lycia. Yes. Yes. I didn't really want to send you out because you were still studying, but I'm not well. I'll only be a hindrance to everyone else. Father? Mr. Elwood, I will accompany Roy. My father's in charge of Lycia's main army, and I could use my magic to be of some help to Roy. Yes, I do like mages. Mages are always good. No, Lilina, you must first return to Ostia. Why? With Hector's absence, there's no one currently sitting on the throne of Ostia. You must be feeling uptight as well. You being the daughter of the Marquise must take the throne until Hector returns and ease the attention of the people. Am I wrong? No, sir. Well, you must first go with the Burn border and meet with the mercenary group that I've arranged a contact with. I'll send Merlinus along with you. He'll be very helpful with his knowledge. Thank you for everything, Father. You'll be fine. You can do it. Go and fight and show them who you are, the next Marquise of Foray. Yes. Boris, I have something to ask you. I'm Roman Ready. I will accompany Roy in his travels as far as protection of my life. Thank you, Boris. Boy, be careful. I know, you too, Lorena. And there you have it. Pretty standard for a GBA Fire Emblem title. But now, we need to close this and go ahead and end the stream, because, again, I need to, like, defrag my computer, something here. It's definitely not feeling the love tonight, for sure. Let's close a couple things here. Switch to intermissions and find ourselves a raid target. The weird thing, though, is it was running fine yesterday. I didn't have it on overnight or anything like that. It hasn't been on for long tonight, I don't believe. Check the task manager while I'm waiting for the internet to go up here, but I don't think it was on for that long. No, not really. Not super long. Alright, well, whatever. Cool. Once this page will load. If you're curious when we're streaming next, hopefully without computer problems by then, we will be streaming Danganronpa 2 on Friday, and then I'll probably try to do something else this week as well. Probably Mario Party Night again, but we'll see on the date for that, because I'm not sure offhand. Sorry about having the issues with everything's not cooperating tonight, guys, but I will do my best to figure out why exactly it's freaking out as much as it is. Let's see. Stardew Valley, that's always a nice game to watch. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. If you want to get more updates more efficiently, you can always just check my Discord at the bottom of this page. Click a link to it, and it should be an invite, and then you can just hop on there and see what things are. But for now, I'll leave you with some Stardew with Trio Wintergreen. Till then, guys, take it easy.